live stream here. No, I'm not laying on the floor. I'm in my office right now. Guys, I like the stream. I don't know why I can't see chat. All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't showing chat there for a second. You like the Hitler video? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Why do I look like a stud? Probably lighting. Dillingham. Yeah, Dillingham is a good hire. I got to give Michigan fans credit. Dillingham is going to be really good. He's a player's coach. He's going to be good with recruiting. Who wins the Heisman? Mendoza will win the Heisman for sure. And then Pavia will finish in second. Probably Love third, Sayin fourth, if I had to guess. Yeah, I might do another Hitler video if that one ends up doing well. We'll have to see. Did you see Piers Morgan latest Cope session today with Tim Pool, Crowder, and Milo? Dude, Milo was on set. He was zooted out of his mind, and that whatever that was, he was on something bad. They shouldn't have brought him on. Milo Yiannopoulos, he was doing real bad. Like he looks like he's pale. That fish conversation. Yeah, this is my third vertical stream. Typhoon, what's up, bro? OSU schedule is brutal next year. Yeah, it should be tougher. I mean, it's hard to project, where these teams are going to be, but it should definitely be tougher. This year they got Washington and UCLA. Next year they get USC and Oregon. So that alone is going to be it's going to be really tough. Yeah, I like doing the vertical streams on Fridays. Boise State, Washington, probably Washington. Or are you not laying on the ground? I've actually had my phone propped up against my iMac because there's like no way to even get an angle with my tripod. Sharon Moore's, yeah, I saw Sharon Moore arrangement. It's a real bad situation. Do you think we'll ever stop immigration before it's too late? Well, I think it's already changed irreversibly. I mean, we rely on a lot of immigrants for labor and GDP growth in the country. It's hard to take that away. From a capitalist sense, I don't think you're really going to, they're not going to be able to go back. I mean, maybe they'll stop immigration at some point, but I don't even think they'll be able to do that. The wave. Yeah, the wave is a feature in here. I see that. You liked when I kicked my feet up in the air? Well, I don't even think you could see that. Jack, what's up, man? You love how diverse the topics are on the streams? Twiggy, what's up, man? Yeah, I heard we were going to get just an insane amount of warm air right around Christmas. Diddy or R. Kelly? I don't even know what R. Kelly is charged with. Honestly, I don't follow that stuff too bad. I know Diddy got like a really light heart sentence. That's like a protected class. That's like the most obvious protected class ever. Diddy and all those accomplices, and then he gets like this extremely light sentence, and nobody else gets charged with anything. Can you rate Syracuse Stadium after the new renovation? I didn't know they were. I thought they already got a renovation. SEC switching to a 9-game conference schedule. That's going to be brutal for them. They're going to be pissed off. The SEC switching to a 9-game conference schedule is they're by far going to have the toughest schedules out of anyone. How tall am I? I'm 5'9". Did you see all the memes you posted on the Discord meme channel? No, I don't really check the meme channel. It's on. I'll take a look though. Did you see Tim Pool supposedly had an affair with a Chinese lesbian? That's a troll. AI can replace many jobs. Young people need to start families, have more kids, no more dooming. Well, if AI replaces labor jobs, that's going to be a problem for young people. Have you seen the picture of Leonard Fournette with Diddy at the Diddy party? Yeah, no, I saw Leonard Fournette in a video. In a video with Diddy. It was just strange. My contacts are like fucked. Yeah, I know that dude with all the Twitter posts. You know, that dude was posting it constantly in the politics. It's like, bro is posting like 400 things. Dude posts like 400 things from Twitter. And honestly, there is a I mean that's something. I mean, I give him credit. The boards are dead sometimes. No, I don't do the mewing stuff. Did you see the new Trump Epstein photos? Yeah, it didn't really seem like. I mean, there was a weird photo of the glove or whatever, but also admin has already deported 2.5. Did you see that? 600K from ICE, and the rest are self deportations. Need to have hope. Yeah, I didn't see that. I heard it was 2 million, but if it's 2.5 now, maybe they've got updated numbers. Maybe they've got updated numbers. I really don't wear glasses. I actually tried to wear glasses one time during a stream. It was actually during the Madison Square Garden stream. I tried wearing glasses when Trump and they all did that. I think that might have been a closing rally at Madison Square Garden, and my contacts were really fucked up. But I can't really wear glasses. It really hurts my eyes. Like, I have to have glasses as a backup, but I pretty much always wear contacts. I'm nearsighted, so I can take my glasses out and look at my phone when I'm in bed, and it's not a problem. You looked OSU plays Texas, Indiana, USC, Oregon. No, I know their schedule suck. I think they're on the road at Indiana too. On the road at Texas. Thoughts on money printing starting? Quantitative easing is what it is, I think. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that, or we'll have to see. They're stopping quantitative tightening. I know that. Have you been asked to do a podcast or collaboration? Um, a few people. I mean, not really, not too many. Hope you get to make your eyes smile. I'm not sure what that means. Hope I get to make my eyes smile soon. What's your worst coat, Max? I don't know, man. That's like a therapy question. Let's not do that. Do you still watch college basketball? I pay attention to the what's going on in college basketball. I wouldn't say I watch a ton of it, but I do know who's doing well. I know a lot of the teams. Utah to the Big Ten. I heard that rumor. It used to be hard for me when I was younger to put contacts in, but it's gotten better. You could tell a lot about a person from their eyes. And that's what they say about Mr. Beast. They always say he's got evil eyes. What do you think about Daniel? What do you think about Mr. Beast's eyes? Yeah, we are supposed to get some snow. But I heard it was, I just keep hearing from these weather people, it's supposed to be so warm on Christmas. Like they keep making this insane, they keep making this, it's just like constant. They say it's 30 degrees above normal in the Northeast on Christmas. You watch those college sports since they change schools every year. It is annoying. Yeah, it's just you got to deal with it. It will soon be legal to smoke marijuana and illegal to burn. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know what they're doing with that. They changed it to Schedule 3. I saw that's a bad day for me. I don't like weed. They loosened it, but I don't think they made it legal. Technically, it's like looser though. Did you see the photos the Dems dumped? Yeah, I did see them. From 18,000 photos, they found four more with Trump in the 90s. I know, but what does that really prove? I mean, it's already been known they have a relationship. I feel like they're just kind of drumming it up. How would Notre Dame do in the Big 12? Notre Dame would do very well in the Big 12. What's with the photos? I mean, I think they're from just what Trump's. There's a bunch of photos. It's not just Trump, but everyone focuses on the Trump photos. Random YouTuber that I watched that would be underrated. That's a good question. Underrated is in like a low sub count. You had a friend that went to Beast games. He said Mr. Beast is a dick. He ate the same food as the contestants because he got sued previously about the food in another competition. Really? So Mr. Beast was eating different food and they sued him? Yeah, a lot of people go to those Beast competitions. It's like thousands, and I always hear stories from people talking about it. Can Ohio State go back to back? They're the favorite to go back to back. They honestly should. They have the most talented team by far. They really should go back to back. I mean, but it's the playoff. They could lose to Georgia. They could lose to Indiana again. I don't think they would lose to Indiana again, but they made a rule if Notre Dame is in the top 12, they're automatically in. I know. I saw. I didn't think that was real. Underrated, low sub count, or just YouTuber in a niche channel theme. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I'm trying to think of what I mainly watch. I mean, I mainly watch history videos, but I think those people have a lot of subs. Soup. I don't know who that is. Your boss talks shit about your sister at your office Christmas party, and you immediately left. Hmm. That's office room drama. You watch a lot of current events and movie reactions. I used to watch movie trailers. The movies are so bad, though. I would just search up movie trailers. I watch a lot of history videos. Been watching a lot of World War II videos. Thoughts on Burrow to Minnesota? I never heard those rumors. It would honestly make sense for Burrow. Thoughts on the rule if Notre Dame's in the top 12, they're automatically in? I think it's preferential treatment. I don't think it should be a thing. Yeah, I'm a Browns fan. I'm not a Bengals fan. How likely do you think Republicans keep control of Congress in the midterms? Well, I think it's probably 50-50. I mean, there's no really way. Bro, I can't even see No, I don't follow NASCAR. Fuentes Piers Morgan interview was pretty contentious. Yeah, Piers Morgan kind of went at him, and I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. It went the way it went. No, it's not my first vertical stream. I've done a few other ones. I don't think Notre Dame would want. Why would Notre Dame join the Big 12 unless they wanted an easy path? I guess they'd be better off. They'd get more money in the Big 10, a lot more money with their TV. Unless they did like a separate. Dude, my screen's literally shut off. I have to turn them back on. That's how I even have light. It's just computer screens. Candace Owens is making $200K a month. She'll never stop. Well, also that you got to understand that is not even including the advertisements. If she has, I'm sure she does. She has advertisements. The advertisements make way more than whatever the donations make. That's how it always is. You feel like Trump is losing his base gradually. Yeah, I just think it's an off year. So the base is going to be less galvanized in an off year. That's just the reality. Piers is crying to Dr. Phil about Fuentes coming at his wife. Yeah, I saw that was very strange. I mean, he is seriously having a therapy session live on his show. You were snubbed from America Fest roster. Yeah, I saw, dude. There's a lot of people. How do you even fit that many people in speaking wise? That's insane. There's got to be like 70 people speaking that I saw at Amfest. But that's without Charlie Kirk. That's Charlie Kirk's event. You thought Tucker was in the lineup? Yeah, he is. He's one of the top speakers. But there's like 70 total. You looking forward to Christmas? Not if the weather is like what it is. I mean, it's Christmas as you age, it tends to, I feel like, get worse. But it depends on your life situation. That's how I feel about Christmas. Did you see that Piers is unironically a cuck? I saw something about his family. I mean, it is. They're gonna dig stuff up, I guess. Erica Kirk been seen with BB's son. Doubtful. Who do I have winning the men's basketball? Probably Michigan, right? I mean, Michigan is, maybe they peaked too early, but Michigan is the best team right now. There's no doubt about it. But with March Madness, it's insane. Do you sense anything strange about Erica Kirk? Something just feels off. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have been saying that. I don't know, man. I just think when you have an event when you have a situation like that, it's hard for people to react to. I mean, you can say she's reacting in a weird way, but it's like, how would you react to it? Daniel. Well, dude, why don't you tell me what you thought about Mr. Beast? I thought you were gonna, or maybe I missed your comment. 20 different pictures of Pierre's wife with younger men. Yeah, it's an unfortunate family situation. I missed your comment. All right. Turning Point USA is a money laundering operation. Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, money goes in many different vessels, but it was an actual organization. Why were they able to have a bunch of events then if it's a money laundering? It doesn't even make any sense. I think people just call anything money laundering. I get it. Whenever there's betting, like a major bet, they just say it's money laundering. You ever wish you weren't a redhead? I think you just, not really. SpaceX stock, it's not even, there's no such thing as SpaceX stock. What do you think's gonna happen with Dylan Gabriel? I think Dylan Gabriel is probably gonna end up getting released at some point. There's no way I missed it again. Now you're just trolling. Oh, you don't know Mr. Beast. Oh, because what you said was not very compelling, so I didn't read it. That's really the reason. Iowa State's women's team that lives in the same apartment. Yeah, that doesn't seem very realistic. Now, I really don't have any question. I really don't have any questions for them. Air Force One flew over your house. What state? How do you even know? Why did U.S. betray NATO? I don't think, to my knowledge, I don't think they betrayed NATO. I think they're exploring their options. Now, and there's not really, I don't think there's not going to be a regular stream. This is just the stream for tonight. Eyes Wide Open, the Operation Room for History Channel, you're saying? So you literally went to high school. I don't even know who that is. Would Ryan Day get fired if he loses to Michigan again? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it would be an amicable split if he wanted to leave because he seemed like he was fatigued last year. I think he might go to the NFL at some point, but I can't really predict when. You think George Bush knew 9/11 was going to happen? Not to any degree that would. I mean, they knew that there was potential attack that was going to happen. They did. The administration didn't know the actual event though. I don't think what Fitch or whatever is going to Michigan. I think it's Dillingham. That's the rumor. Oh, the fat girl you're talking about? Yeah, I do know who that is. College football coaching jobs are better. It depends. They seem that they're a lot more hands on than the NFL though. It's really personality based. Yeah, that's an AI photo. That's not a real photo of Trump using a walker, but he is aging. You know, he has I think he's on blood thinners. He's got bad bruising. You know, old people tend to bruise, and they've been blatantly lying. They say, well, he shakes people's hands. Honestly, maybe that is it. Because if you shake hands, old people can bruise easily. But I think he's on blood thinners, and that's a symptom of it. You bruise easily. Altcoin's gonna dump next week due to AI crash. Hopefully not. They're already dumped. They're dumped to shit. Where old chicks our age, either in relationships or married. I mean, it depends. I think this is what I'll say. I think you're better off meeting. You got to meet a girl out in person. I don't know where. I know it's a challenge, but it's what you the best way to meet a girl has got to be in person. You're not gonna have much of a chance on the apps. Well, it's not an apology format. It's just this is a typical thing. There are people that do this. They do this every day. This is how they stream. It's just a different way to stream. It's like a vloggy way to stream. Fat chicks and fives run Bumble. Bumble, Bumble changed their server. They changed the entire allure of Bumble was the woman has to message first, but then they changed it, and all the girls would say is hey. That's what they would message with. You read today that Trump took MLK holiday off paying for the national park for free, and he made his birthday a free. Now the birthday thing's a joke. That's not real. His birthday is on like Flag Day or it's some shit like that. Huh, you like it? Where are you from? Dublin. I'm from Dublin. Could Virginia ever go red? I mean, it's possible for Virginia, but it's not likely based on the migration trends. I mean, Virginia's close enough to where it's possible, but I mean, even in a good election year for Republicans, it didn't go red. Dublin, Ohio, Dublin, Ireland. Nah, uh, I'm from Ohio. Somebody already asked me that. Who I have the Final Four in the playoffs? Just look at my prediction video. Do you ever think about being contested on Jeopardy? No, I never really watched Jeopardy, honestly. You like Sonic video games? When I was younger, I played some of those Sonic games on the original Xbox. Now, I don't. That Trump Walker thing is not a. That's an AI clip. Trump using a walker, and they would never do that in public unless it's like a dire situation, because that's a terrible look for Trump. Army or Navy? I have no clue. I'll say Navy wins. World Tech Center? I never heard about that. Super Bowl prediction. My screen shuts off if I don't move the mouse. I gotta change the timing of that. I change it to an hour or something. I sound like a Kardashian. Hmm. Who do you think is going to win Survivor 49? There's a show. Dude, Survivor is fucked. I used to watch Survivor when I was younger. They fucked it up. They really messed Survivor up. You know, Jeff Probst, he still does it with like 3 pounds of Botox on his face. I see. But Survivor was a good show, and then at some point, I think it just fell off. Are we still trying to get Greenland? Who knows? I think maybe Trump might try one more time. They're trying to infiltrate Greenland, I think. I don't know. Russia will take Ukraine very soon. I don't think so. I don't think so. They're not going to get all of Ukraine. They barely made any progress the past 2.5 years. Thoughts on Trump potentially making an alliance with Russia and leaving NATO? I'm concerned because what does that mean if a liberal gets into office? Are they just going to revert back to NATO membership? I feel like that's what they would do. FCS, I don't know about FCS. North Dakota State, I think, is the best FCS. North Dakota State or South Dakota State is the best FCS teams. Live react to Rivers' return. It's going to be interesting. I mean, yeah, I guess it'll be. He'll probably throw a bunch of short passes. Looks so strange in this angle. When's the next Hitler iceberg video? Well, we'll see. I mean, I'll see. I'll definitely do a part 2 if the video does well. I'll do a part 2. So we'll see it in the algorithm and stuff. I could probably do a part 3, part 4. I don't know about part 4. You're pushing the content with a part 4. I could probably do 3 parts of it. NATO is finished. Well, NATO then becomes the EU if the United States leaves. It's a de facto EU. If the US leaves NATO, it's the EU and I guess Canada. It's like a joke. Keep on keeping on. Wow, thank you for that, Mr. Grasshopper. 6 months member. France and the UK are parents to the United States and Canada. Well, yeah, but then it evolves. I mean, that's the entire. Yeah, that's what 1776 was. Becomes its own entity. The United States becomes its own entity from Great Britain. Did you know Castro had over 600? Yes, I did know that because I looked it up. I was looking up assassination attempts in relation to Hitler, and I was like, man, he must have had a lot. And they were like, and so I looked it up on AI, and they were like, Fidel Castro had over 600. 12-part iceberg on the Roman Empire. That would be a challenge for me. Well, I mean, I think I've got more knowledge on World War II than that. There's never gonna. Well, the playoff when everyone is happy is when it's clear cut. I think there's been some years where it's pretty clear cut. So. Civil War iceberg. World Tech Center. I'm not sure, man. Are you in favor of the U.S. intervening in Venezuela? I'd have to read. I'd have to be briefed on it because I don't know. I mean, I think if there's something that we can do that's a limited investment that creates a more favorable situation to where we get a positive regime there, I think it's a thing that the U.S. should do. You know, it's a Monroe Doctrine. It's a Latin American country, so the U.S. could be able to. I mean, and then that is a failed regime. It's a failed socialist regime. Would Clemson and Florida State join the Big Ten? Yeah, but it's too many teams. We can't do this. There's too many teams, man. They can barely handle 18 teams. At this point, it's barely a conference. You can still say, well, maybe it's still a conference, but you get past 18 teams. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna give you altcoin advice. I don't know, man. Invest in a reputable altcoin. Who found Hitler's body? Well, it was burned. Yeah, if the Big Ten gets to 20, it's kind of a joke. Favorite music? I don't know. I've been listening to Christmas music. Well, I was actually listening to Christmas music in November, not so much in December. I don't know why. Do you think the internet will restart? Or it's hard to really project what AI is going to do. I don't think people really know the threshold at which AI will impact lives. It's hard to say. It's so foreign to us. I mean, it's already happening, I guess, but just it's probably going to. Ethereum down 4%. Oh, great. Amazing. I normally never play Minecraft. Israel iceberg. Oh, yeah, that would be something. I would take a lot of research before I even made the iceberg to do that for me. Trump wants to overthrow the Maduro in Venezuela and install Maria Machado lady, who is pro-U.S. Yeah, I know. She won like the Nobel Peace Prize. Bro, people always ask about the vertical live streams. I do vertical live streams sometimes. Titanic iceberg. Oh, you're referencing when the Titanic got hit by an ice. No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, I could do a Titanic iceberg very easily because I'm familiar on it. You want to play Minecraft? Dude, I don't even play Minecraft. I don't play it, so no. Indiana's not giving 2019 LSU vibes. They don't have the talent. They don't have the NFL talent for that. What do you personally think happened to M? Is that the Malaysian flight? Are you talking about the Malaysian flight from like 2013? Am I mogging? I'm not mogging. No, I'm not a COD Zombies exclusive guy. I'm a COD Zombies World War II multiplayer, and you're right. I really don't play much else after that. I haven't really played much. Um, I haven't really played many video games recently. Is Doge dead or will it be brought back? Message. Um, yeah, Doge is gone. Doge is done, and it's not coming back. Now, actually, I don't know. They were trying to say Doge is still around, like the Department of Government Efficiency. I'm saying. Have a scenario. What if after 9/11, Radio Row? I don't know. I couldn't see that question. Favorite Wii Sports game? Bowling. Bowling was the best Wii Sports game for kids. Tennis was actually probably the best. Tennis was really fun. What's for dinner? I had like marshmallows. Honestly, I'm not even kidding you. I because I had Chick-fil-A, but that was a while ago. That was like at 10 a.m. Wow, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. That's very nice. What is that name? Eva Flowen 909. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. You still looking for an editor? I was talking to some dude from the UK who's a fan of mine. You got the Asmongold diet. Yeah, I know, because we're just hopeless. We just can't make food. We just can't make food. We can't prep food. So we just have to scrounge around for food and just order it. And then because I'm not going to order two things in one day. I already have a Discord server. If female AI robots become super sentient and physical, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the female robots they're not going to be close. You know how hard it is to get that realistic. It's extremely like to cross the barrier. I think it's very hard. But there's a lot of guys starving. There's gonna be a lot of guys that are gonna have to use the robots. Yeah, I was talking to. Maybe I'll bring him on stream. He was a fan of my 9/11 videos. I was talking to him on a Discord call. He was telling me, I was asking him about the UK, and I said, "Well, what's the deal with the arrests?" And he says, "Well, it happens. You get arrested for saying certain slurs, like legitimately. They come to you. Well, they most of the times they don't arrest you. They come to your house, and they say, 'Did you say this?' And maybe they'll give you a fine or something." Outsourcing labor to the UK. Yeah, right. Now, the guy he said he wanted to. I don't even know what I can do honestly with these edits. Like, dude. Honestly, this is the crazy thing with like stuff like the Titan, really the 9/11 iceberg, or the Hitler iceberg. All you have to do is take the section in which I talk about the certain topic, because it's 32 topics. You take the section, you make it a short. That's literally 32 shorts right there. I used to have a really good TikTok, and then the TikTok, they just delete it. The TikTok is terrible, and people bitch about their TikToks getting deleted. I wouldn't even go on TikTok at this point. Senate resolution to condemn Nick Fuentes. It's only going to help Nick Fuentes. It's a terrible idea for them if that's what they're trying to do. The boot, they're just so far behind. What are you going to condemn him for? It's just that does nothing except people just going to talk about him more, and people are going to be like, hey, maybe he's right. Fucking Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer has a lower approval rating than Nick Fuentes at this point. Do you read off a script for your videos? Only the ones that are like history based. When I'm on a face cam, obviously no. Chick-fil-A or Chipotle? Chick-fil-A is probably better. Chipotle is good. Do you have braces? I never had braces. My teeth were graded like B plus, and basically it's like that's good enough. But I never had anything in my teeth. I'm very thankful, but it's like, I don't have perspective on it. But I never had anything in my teeth like rubber bands or anything. More and more normies keep telling you they like Fuentes. He's gotten a lot of very positive press, and he has an extremely galvanized social media presence army. Green Bay sucks. Thank you for the donation. Hey, saw your life update video. Michiganer who moved. Let me read this. Michiganer who moved to Austin, 22 years old. Changed my life for the better. I recommend it, bro. Only been here 4 months. Editing for other creators. Cheers. Wow, so you made a big move from Michigan to Austin. A lot of people are going to Austin, Texas. That's true. I hear that all the time. A lot of people go there. Austin is, yeah, any major city is going to be liberal, 100%. But it depends, and there's certain areas that are nice. You were building the Twin Towers, but misplaced the north and have to replace it. What does that even mean? You built it in the wrong area? Look up the Lord of the Rings movie trailer. They really got to come out with. I wonder how long the duration of that movie. I wonder what it is. Probably 4.5 hours. Your life is a million times better since moving here. You needed a change. Felt like shit. Yeah, but how do you build connections? Do you know people there already? So you moved there already with like a job, or you're editing for people? I hear a lot of people they go to Austin, Texas to like edit for people or something. Those are the new jobs now. Yeah, crypto is just I don't even know what to say. Would rather live in LA or butt cuck nowhere in Idaho. Yeah, I really can't do rural, but I also don't want the major city. I want like a mid-sized city or just on the just like a place where I can be 15 minutes from a decent sized city, but I don't really want to live in a big city. I can't. I actually can't live in a city because I'd like to have property, like at least an acre or something. I want a backyard and a front yard at least. Living in the city sucks. Well, it's just so fucking expensive, and you don't even that you're on top of a bunch of people. Yeah, it depends. It depends your personality type. It can work with people, but you didn't know a single person got a job over here to edit, and it's going well. Your neighbors who were also your age met everyone else through them, and things are great. Wow, that's probably as good as a move like that can go. The way that I think about that, that's about as so you did it through the neighbors, and they're your age. I mean, that's yeah. There does have to be outreach, I think, nowadays with young people. People should meet each other in real life, but it's hard to do outreach. Your brother moved 800 miles away, made a ton of friends through jobs, and even started a band. You got lucky to be fair, but everyone here is all right, your age. No, yeah, the 100%. I mean, if you're in an apartment, you're probably going to get a lot of young people, and you could see them at like that's the only good thing. Like with apartments, there's like a workout area, there's a hot tub, things like that. Because I would like a townhome, honestly, or something like that. Because I'd like to have my own space, and I don't want to be reliant on other people. If they're loud, then that's a big problem. That's would be very bad. If other people are being loud and it's like you're in the same apartment. Moved from Youngstown, Ohio to Raleigh, North Carolina. Life is great. Kyle Whittingham is stepping down as Utah's head coach after 21 years. Also, you rule. Um, I didn't know that. Well, I heard something about Whittingham, but he's a good coach. That's going to be tough for Utah. They should get a good hire, though, Utah. That seems like an attractive spot. They got that massive private equity deal. You take 10 supplements. I'm on like 4 supplements only. I could probably take 20 supplements, honestly, with how many I have. I have like 20 different supplements. I don't take them because the side effects and things like that. I'm going to do a video explaining my situation. Maybe just like a normal video. Do you support Vivek for governor? Not really, not with all the stuff he's been saying. But I mean, it's one of those things to where it's like, I don't want to fall into the psyop of like, well, Vivek I think is going to be better than that woman, Amy Acton, but he needs to improve his campaign. Supplements for what? Well, it's supplements for vitamin D. Magnesium is the best supplement. I don't even take magnesium. Maybe I'll take magnesium at night, but I have to like start by microdosing it because I used to take it and it would make me extremely tired. Sharon Moore is done, man. He was never a good coach anyways. You should be happy. Why can't you get natural vitamin D? Really, nobody can. Everybody should be supplementing vitamin D unless you live like near the equator. Nobody can get a good amount of vitamin D. Cleveland Clinic, really good medical. Yeah, Cleveland Clinic, they say it's one of the best in the United States. I don't know if. Bro, you keep. I don't even know what that means. You got to be 7 years old. There's no way. I don't even know what you're talking about with the Twin Towers in Minecraft. Amy Acton, COVID queen on Ohio TV. Yeah, she was a queen. She was always on. DeWine was always on. Yeah, you need supplement. You need. I have to take supplements. Honestly, ask Joe Rogan takes like 50 supplements. Everybody takes supplements. Excited for 2026. Love the political videos. Creatine, magnesium, zinc, fish oil, B complex. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have like some of those. I just don't take them. You're not gonna say it. Yeah, that's you always do say that. Have you ever had surgery before? I never had surgery for anything. No. Hello. Any advice to up and coming creators? It's a challenge. You got to find a niche that you can grow organically, and it's very hard. But try and find a niche that's not oversaturated. You watch any Brian Johnson, the guy that tries to live forever? I mean, I've seen some of his viral stuff. I've seen some of his stuff, but I don't seek out his content. He eats like a rat. I think he eats like the leaves and they're like the salads, but they're like leaves. It's like all spinach and stuff. Carnivore diet. Yeah, I don't like. I think it's bad for digestion. If I try to do the carnivore diet, I mean, I guess you could segment it. It's also probably pretty expensive. I don't think it would work well. Everything is oversaturated. Well, no, not everything. It's just you have to come up with unique ideas, basically. What do you think about Patriot Front? Yeah, I think that's. I don't think they're a serious political movement. It's gonna, when you have a movement like that in a country, and they're never gonna get any type of political power. Marshmallow diet. I had like 4 jumbo marshmallows. It's very nutritious. I used to have a lot of ground beef. Michigan has an easy schedule next year. Well, that's good for you guys. Any news on the private equity deal fracturing the Big Ten? No, I think it's in limbo right now. It's still in limbo, isn't it? It has to be reviewed or something. I think the private equity deal still has to be reviewed. Favorite soda? Probably Coke. Dude, I've hoarded up so many supplements. You should see it. I'll send a photo in the Discord of the supplements. Some of the actually a lot of the supplements are packed away. I can't even get them. I think Paul Skeens will eventually pitch for the Yankees. I'd like to see Paul Skeens this year, next year, pitch for the Yankees. Ever taken IQ tests? No, I think I need to get an IQ test and get it documented. I think the Trump administration, all those people should take IQ tests just to see where these people are at. You know, we need to get more IQ tests. I mean, Paul Skeens wasting his arm pitching for the Pirates is just disturbing. Pam Bondi probably scores 56. No, I mean, you all have to be a level of smart to get those jabs. She would be like probably 105 or something. Dude, what kind of comment is that? Skeens will be the first $500 million pitcher. Yeah, probably. I mean, but he's still got like 3 years left. I think. You know, the first years in MLB are a bitch. It's like a 6 year. It's like 5 years of arbitration. But I guess he could make a fuck ton in arbitration. What's it like in the early days of trying to grow your channel? It's a challenge to grow channel. More likely than not, it's going to be a challenge for you. I mean, some people they get a bunch of views, but it's a challenge. It takes a while. We might be striking Venezuela right now. U.S. jets and spotted going in. I think it's a matter of time at this point. I think they're going to be striking. They're probably just waiting for a certain moment. Or maybe they're trying to wait for the resistance in Venezuela. If they think there's resistance, that's going to move up. Favorite fast food restaurant? Chick-fil-A. Here's a video that you should make. What if after 9/11 Radio Row was built? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll look into that. No, there can't be any boots on the ground. Trump doesn't do that. When he escalates foreign, like internationally, he doesn't. There's never boots on the ground. He knows. Culver's. I've only had Culver's. I mean, Culver's is probably fine. I've only had it a few times though. I really haven't had a burger in a while. Culver's is burger and like milkshake. You know, the one place I don't really like is Raising Cane's. I thought Raising Cane's was kind of a little bit of a letdown when I had it. It's like, I mean, it's chicken, but I don't know. You like chicken sandwiches over burger? It depends on what I'm in the mood for. But I probably like burgers. If you're really hungry, Cane's is great. Venezuela is just about Trump sending a message to China to stay out of our hemisphere. No, and I would agree with that. But then that would probably be a regime change. It's a socialist regime that likes cozying up to China. GTA 6 coin. Yeah, that it's still around. I know. We'll see what happens. Crypto right now is so down. But I'm not invested into that. Charlie Kirk Epstein memes. I've seen a few of them. GTA 6-7. That meme's got to die at some point. 2026-7? Agartha? I think the Philip Rivers thing is strange. I don't know why they need to get a 45-year-old quarterback, but I guess he knows the offense. You want to name your firstborn after the founder of Chick-fil-A? Did you dump your crypto? No, I didn't dump it. I still hold. Because what are you dumping it at a loss? There's no point. Thoughts on the just released Epstein pics? I mean, what does it really prove? And I would have to look. It doesn't really prove anything. It's the same stuff. It's networking with rich people. I mean, unless there's photos on the island with Trump, then you know. Fuentes trolled peers with the 6-7 million statement. Yeah, he didn't even realize it. Will Steve Bannon ever release the Epstein interviews? Yeah, there was a photo with Steve Bannon. It's interesting. That was a photo like from maybe like 2015 or something. Which of Epstein's rooms was your favorite? I didn't even see the photos that much. There's a weird ass bedroom. You're in Fort Wayne, and your state senator didn't betray the voters, unlike the other. Yeah, that's unfortunate what happened with Indiana, man. That's really bad. They just lost 2 seats. I mean, that's a 4-seat flip because it gives 2 to the Dems that Republicans should have had. That would have been a 9-0 state. Yeah, I don't know. Thoughts on him being closeted? I saw some weird things, but I don't know about that. Yeah, he probably has presidential aspirations. I think he's a realist and doesn't really think he can get there. He said too much shit already. I've never played that game. I don't know what it is. Travel to Africa, spread American culture, get reverse cultural enrichment. There's no reason to do that. It's a big loss going to Africa. I would like to experience other continents, though. Does Hegseth survive 4 years? I think it's going to be a challenge for him to survive 4 years. But everyone said he would already be. He was. It's already been a year, and people said he would be gone. So I don't know. Benny Johnson had an event in San Diego, and Reddit went off on how Grinder surged. You hate Reddit, but you looked up. Yeah, the Benny Johnson gay rumors. I don't know about that. I mean, he's got a family, and I'm not really tapped into that, and if whatever's true on that. Bondi and Cash will go first, right? I mean, there's like a fucking smorgasbord. There's been talks of Bondi, Cash, Hegseth, but Hegseth, it's like they say it's because of incompetency. Patel has been bad, but I don't think Trump wants to get rid of Patel. Bongino is still there. He's still there. He doesn't do anything, or he's not in the limelight. You have friends who were saying young Republicans here in San Diego say that Benny Johnson is gay. Yeah, no, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. What Milo Yiannopoulos was saying. I don't know, but I was on your YouTube replay. That's amazing. Why do people think Benny is gay now? Um, I think there's a few things. There's a few signs, but I don't know. I mean, there's rumors. Kristi Noem may be fired. Yeah, and I know she's the one that honestly should be gone. Her Patel, even before Hegseth. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Hegseth is doing a bad job on The Fire Rises. Oh, it's one of the mods. What do you think about Youngkin? Well, I like Youngkin. Would Youngkin be up for a job like that, working with ICE? That kind of doesn't seem like it fits him. Youngkin completely screwed Virginia. Well, it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to run again. You think the Democrats will win in a landslide in the midterms? I mean, it's a bit early for that. It's a bit early for that. Youngkin said he wants a finance role. Yeah, how would he be working with ICE? Was he going to go out and be a badass with ICE? It's already forced enough with Kristi Noem. She tries to be a badass. Have you ever heard the term cultural enrichment? Yeah, they're not enriching anything. See you in Valhalla, brother. Dude, Patel. What about his girlfriend? What is up with that? I mean, his fucking girlfriend is like, he goes to these private. He's obsessed. He loves hockey. This is the thing about Kash Patel. He loves hockey because I was reading this, and he takes the private jet, and he goes to the hockey games, and his girlfriend was using the private jet, and he's like, she can use it because she's part of my posse or whatever. She's part of my escort. Tom Homan, yeah, he's one of the only ones they haven't talked about maybe getting rid of, or this is all liberal talk. It's all liberal talk, but he's the only one that I haven't heard anything about. Their relationship is terrible. Yeah, Fry trying to eat the Somalian food. You can't fake that. That's disgust. Who do you think should actually be removed? I'm not in the know on the actual stuff behind the scenes. There's a lot of shit behind the scenes, I'm sure, in terms of these people and how competent they are. I know in public, I just think, I mean, Noam, I guess, hasn't done anything, but she just really doesn't do a great job of portraying that. Like, she just comes off as annoying. Patel comes off as incompetent and arrogant, and it's also there's issues with. But you're in a job that's terrible. I mean, director of FBI, nobody's going to be happy with you. Let's be real. Hegseth, I think there's some problems with Hegseth's qualifications. Like, there's some problems with his qualifications. Let's be real. But I don't know. I mean, maybe he's done a good job. He had one problem with the signal stuff, and I don't even think that was Hegseth. I think it was somebody else. You love me and I brush you off. Bro, you got some clingy you're clinging. You need to let go. Least 5 favorite immigrant countries. Well, I mean, I think it's a minimum. Well, the thing is, like, in terms of that, it's the countries where they mostly come from, because you could say Bangladesh, India, but it's wherever the top 5 where they come from. Because I want to shut immigration down. Do you believe farmers need illegal immigrants? No, they don't need illegal. Well, listen, we have to weed them off the illegal immigrants. That's how the country is. The country survives, at least the agriculture survives on fucking illegal immigrant labor. So how do we wean? So how do we wean these people off? We've got to wean them off of this. You're paying this dude $7 an hour. It's not going to work. You got to pay a college kid $22 now, and then the farmers bitch about it. Yeah, I don't know, like a B minus. Any big plans for the channel in 2026? Somebody asked me that about the live stream. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It's hard to really. I mean, we'll see, man. I'm gonna have to think of an idea or something. Yeah, I'm running against Vivek in Ohio, so this should be good with my clout. Do you trust JD Vance? Well, I don't trust politicians in general, but I know that's a cop out. But it's like I don't know, man. I mean, JD Vance is a young guy. Me versus Vivek. Dude, Vivek would have a tough time. Well, you know, Vivek on the debate stage against Amy Acton. Dude, Amy Acton is really not impressive. I'm sorry. Like, Vivek has got to have 30 IQ points on Amy Acton. If you listen to her, do you think Vivek will win Ohio? LOL. Well, Ohio's a Republican state, but it's one of those things to where yeah, I'll do an iceberg on Hitler part two if the video does well. But the thing is, you understand, it took me 2 weeks to do that. That was because I was working slow. I don't know, but it did take a while to do that video. You made a TikTok edit of me. That's great. That'll go viral. Is working out necessary for males? No, it's actually not necessary. If you have enough status, working out's not necessary. I mean, you should want to work out. You should, but the thing is, you can't be fat. You cannot be fat. But if you can control your appetite, but the thing is I'm in good shape myself because I worked out for 2 straight years. So I would say when you're 21, you need to work out. Once you get up into your mid 20s, you get older, you don't have to work out anymore. You know, because I worked out for 2 straight years and I have like muscle build. Being ripped is always an enhancer. Well, it's an enhancer. They said, do you need it? They said, do you need it? And I said, it depends on your status. Do you think Thomas Rousseau and Patriot Front are feds? I don't think they're feds. I just don't think their message is going to be effective. The message, no way is it going to be effective in this modern landscape. You have to come in very soft. Like you have to come in. You can still be right wing or whatever, and you can still have certain beliefs, but you really like look at what Fuentes is doing. Fuentes is sanitizing all of his beliefs, all of them, and I guess that's because he wants to go mainstream. But like you have to sanitize everything if you want to come close to going mainstream. Yeah, I mean, you should work out. It's just when will Candace Owens finally lose support after when her grift is exposed? I don't know if she will. I think her supporters will say she's right anyways. Her supporters are dumber than her. Her supporters are just and they encourage it. You know, they encourage it. It's like a bad Bermuda Triangle. Vivek hates American culture. Vivek has had some unfortunate moments. Let's just say that. You know, Trump endorsed him though. Saw your airport video from a few years ago. The fact that you convicted the guy you met. Yeah, no, that was actually true. But that was a good dude who was like from the Midwest. I think he's from Montana. He's a good dude. Do you ever sanitize? Yeah, there's things I don't come close to talk about. Seems like the beginning of the year everyone liked Candace, and now it seems everyone hates her. Well, that's what happens when you do things to, you know, when you use a death for clout like that. I mean, then people are not going to like that. Obviously, you know, things change fast in terms of. Thanksgiving, you talked about your politics, and your aunt no longer speaks with you. Yeah, that can happen. Robot girl or illegal girlfriend. You can't do a robot. I mean, robot is like we're talking about how bad do we have to does it have to get for us to really just consider the robot route? Are we close to considering the robot route? We can't be that. It can't get that bad. Your girlfriend broke up with you when she found out that you watch me. I'm too radical, bro. Too radical for her. It's a funny joke. Candace is just asking questions. You question 9/11 still? I don't really question. Really, a lot of my 9/11 content is not conspiracy at all. The just asking questions schnick goes away after you make an entire storyline and you base your personality off of it, and you gaslight people and say you're doing it. You're the only one that cares about Kirk. You toned down your beliefs. Was disappointed in your aunt. She says she's Christian, but she's liberal, so you questioned her on how that's possible. Well, I mean, I don't think politics should ruin people's relationships. How do you stop lust? You know, you have to overcome it yourself. It's a personal battle. Do you believe the government has UFOs? They've got shit obviously that we don't know about, but I don't know what they have exactly. It's impossible to say. I've been watching you since the last election cycle. I appreciate that. You think liberal philosophy is the counter? Well, it's a secular philosophy, liberalism, modern liberalism. But there's definitely a lot of people that are liberals that claim Christianity for sure. But it depends on the person. And it depends how liberal they are. A lot of the younger kids, you'll get this liberal atheist. That's or a liberal agnostic. Those are the most likely combos with young people, young women. Do you believe the U.S. government is too far gone to be? Well, I think the demographic situation is too far gone. I don't see the demographics come back, but it's impossible to note where the United States is at in terms of health. I don't really know how to grade it. I mean, I guess in terms of like for young people, it's. I mean, still compared to other countries, it's still very good, but yeah, I know that's the idea behind conspiracies. You got to expose that. Is 5'5" too short for a guy? Yeah, 5'5" is going to be a struggle, man. Let me tell you something. Remember the shoulder, the meme? It's going to be a struggle. We're gonna have to. You're gonna have to max your other point. Is it possible to fix demographics if we mass import Europeans? Yeah, but the Europeans are liberal. It's like mass importing white Canadians. They're all liberal, so it becomes an issue. I mean, for the country, it's a big problem. I mean, for certain states, I can see that it's not bad, but for the country, it's a problem. It's all the major liberal cities. It's just all majority minority. European demographics are even more fucked than ours. No, they're better than ours, but their populations are less, so they can change more rapidly. But it depends what country in Europe you're talking about. They used to hate Irish and Italian. Yeah, but they're still European immigrants. That's whataboutism. Those are still Europeans. So obviously there's cultural similarities with English and German. We should go to the bar. Yeah, you would love that, I'm sure. Bro, if we went to the bar, I'd die with how much you drink. Are you a lightweight? I don't know what that means. Like a lightweight boxer? You hate when idiots say America was built on immigration? Oh, dude, it's next level. When is somebody going to expose that? Somebody in a debate has to expose that. Please, somebody that. But I don't even know. It's not even like people do debates or whatever. But somebody has to expose that lie. That is the biggest lie. People need to hear it because it's so ridiculous. If you know the history of the United States, because the insinuation is such fucking like the insinuation that they say they basically make it seem like 10% came from India, 10% came from China, 10% came from Japan, 10% came from Africa, 10% came from Europe. Yeah, that's not what happened at all. Like that's what I think that's what a lot of people think. And it's really bad. Do you think Indiana's offense would struggle against Texas Tech's defense? Yeah, probably. But it's hard to really judge Texas Tech. I don't know. It's hard to judge them because they play in the Big 12. Dude, Tyler Robinson is not Epstein's son. Come on. Like, what is this? Same jawline? It's hard in the bracket challenge to not go cookie cutter. Yeah, I went kind of cookie cutter, but I went 2v5, 2 against 5 seed. I think Epstein had a house in New Mexico. Problem is all the Greenland immigration. Yeah, there's a ton of it. You watch golf and tennis? Nah, I don't. You're Norwegian on your mom's side and Italian on your dad's side. Both cultures seemingly seamlessly fit into the American mainstream. You don't see it with Somalians. Yeah, it's a joke. I mean, everybody can see it's clearly different, and then they just go to the history and they lie about the history of the country and to try and justify the immigration. But the Somalian immigration, it's everybody's focused on it, and I understand why. It is a very small part of the immigration, but the problem is they all go to the same places because they sponsor each other. The chain migration within families. Who would you pick for Michigan's head coaching vacancy? Probably who they're going to get. I think they did a really good job. I think Dillingham is a really good young coach. He's energetic. Maybe you could argue DeBoer, but in terms of who they could get, I mean, DeBoer really hasn't been that great at Bama. Should Republicans get rid of the filibuster? They need to if they want to enact Trump's policy, make it easier. If you ever do a car stream, scream like the Indian liberal. That dude's insane, dude. How does that dude do it? I want to see the alternate angle of that dude screaming in the car, like somebody outside filming him looking into the car and he's just screaming. That dude's insane. And it's all staged to be like the biggest freakout. Blade Runner, I've seen it once, I think. Yeah, there's no way Gruden would not be a good fit for a college program. Dude, I can't play the video. I'm doing a stream like this. I'm not going to be able to play a video. At least you're sitting. Yeah, people may get mad at that. Anakin, is your cloud obsession over? Probably not. Yeah, it actually is. He hasn't really talked about it. Can I check it myself? I'll take a look at it after the stream, yeah. People act like Epstein has no kids. I know the Epstein. We're just really fatigued on the Epstein stuff, and hopefully they release stuff, I guess. Yeah, but the problem with Gruden is Portnoy has no control over who they hire. Epstein had an egg-shaped penis. That's what they said. That was in a deposition or something. Are you a neocon? I think we need to have. I think we need some military action in the Middle East. A video came out. All the outings. Son's doing gymnastics. Dude, yeah, but you gotta. Okay, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not even sure what you're talking about. You're talking about Putin's son? Your face is different? No, it's just a different camera. Ever thought about joining the military? Not seriously, no. Imagine I just joined the military trying to get a credential. That's what Pete Buttigieg did. He just joined the military. Really, I think just to be able to run for political office. And he says, I was in the military. Wild video. Dude, you're really obsessed with this video. You streaming tomorrow or Sunday? I don't know yet. If I feel like it, I'll stream, I guess. Ohio State or Indiana more likely to lose in the second round? Indiana. I don't think either of them. Please stream during Philip Rivers' comeback. It's not even. It's not even my lane. It's not even the content. I'll find it interesting. Well, I hope so. This has been gassed up like crazy. It's insane. I don't think Bryce Underwood will transfer. You have to understand with these kids. These kids are not tied to the coaches. They're tied to contracts. They have their own NIL deals. So, where's Bryce Underwood going to go that he can get more money after that subpar year he had? Is DeBoer on thin ice if he loses to Oklahoma? Yeah, he's going to have a tough time. No, he's definitely still going to be the coach there as long as Dillingham goes to Michigan. Because I thought about, well, if DeBoer lost, then DeBoer could go to Michigan. If DeBoer loses to Oklahoma, they're going to be pissed off. I don't know where Chip Kelly is going. Probably back to college, but society sucks. That's why you're depressed. Well, I mean, depends. Depends on the day. It is necessary that I die for my people, but my spirit will rise from the grave. The whole world will know I'm right. Well, thank you, Joe, with the Hitler quote. But thank you for the $5 donation. Now, I don't think Chip Kelly's going back to Ohio State. Which college football coach would you trust the most to transition well into the NFL? It's a good question. Well, let's think of all the top coaches. Kirby Smart. The way I don't really like Kirby Smart or Ryan Day that much to be able to transfer like that. Kirby Smart's Day would transfer better because it's better for an offensive mind in the NFL than defensive. Lincoln Riley seems like he's too soft, like he's a finesse guy. He's like Cliff Kingsbury, and look at how that worked out. Maybe he's a little bit better than Kingsbury, but yeah, Urban Meyer didn't work out well. Mario Cristobal maybe as like a Dan Campbell type, but he's kind of a bad coach. He's okay. He's Miami's coach. James Fishback. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. With these politicians, especially after you see what happens with Vivek and stuff. I think we have to see what he does. He's going against Byron Donalds. I don't like Byron Donalds. I think Byron Donalds is a bad candidate. But I don't know about Fishback either. You surprised Dabo hasn't been fired yet? But that's what Clemson as a program was built by Dabo. Fishback is fake. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Just the rise is so he's a smart dude, but it just seems like inorganic. Well, not inorganic, but it just how these politicians are and these people that want power. I mean, you don't want to judge every one of them, but yeah, I just think Byron Donalds is such a cookie cutter. It's like Byron Donalds, Vivek. Are these really the best they can? And these are all Trump endorsed people. Yeah, Crockett is a bad candidate. If Crockett wins, dude, have you seen the splits on that? They did polls. The only category Crockett is winning is like black people 90-8, like 90% to 8%. She's losing everything else. But imagine she wins that primary, she would lose in the general to Paxton, I guess. Byron Donalds is fantastic, bro. Come on, that's as NPC as a candidate as you can get. I mean, maybe I'm being hard on him. I think a lot of candidates are like that. You don't want to vote for Cruz or Paxton? Yeah, Paxton's a flawed candidate, but I think Paxton would win. Yeah, who is DeSantis going to endorse? DeSantis probably would just endorse Donald's. If you want to be safe, just endorse Donald's because that's who Trump endorsed. Who is that? CMN? What's up, man? Yeah, DeSantis is a term limited, so he can't run again. Highest quality QB in the NFL. Oof. They're really. I think Drake May is going to win the MVP, or he's the favorite. I think Josh Allen is still the high quality. This year he hasn't been as good, but probably Josh Allen. But Josh Allen's really not great throwing the ball. Mahomes has been down the past 2 or 3 years. Bring back the floor stream. The floor stream. My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell's running for governor. Clay Travis said Alabama dynasty. Yeah, the Alabama dynasty was already done because Saban retired. Panthers. Bryce Young is looking better, I guess. Yeah, they said that Ilhan Omar. I mean, is there actual proof? I think there is proof to be able to get into the U.S. or something. It's like immigration fraud or something. You think Venezuela is going down right now? No slow mode in chat feels more organic. It's more challenging to read though. Been following you since 2018. No, you haven't. My channel was created in 2020. There's no way, unless you followed my old channel. Do you feel bad for Sharon Moore? I mean, what he did was really bad. I think he's. I mean, I don't feel bad for him. I mean, it's a tough situation. Oh man, dude, I know who you're talking about. The view, dude. That dude. You know how many boomers think that's real, bro? There's people that think the boomers were like, "This is the first time I've heard the view and not have a comeback or not interrupt him." Dude, I remember watching that on my stream. I was like, "Bro's not even there. Bro's not even there." Wait, who is that guy? That guy's like. He's like Dominican or something. He's like I don't even know if, but dude, he's like El Salvadorian. But the guy that films it, that dude's hilarious. It's hilarious to see the boomers think it's real. Oh, you got to see the James O'Keefe video. This black dude goes running out. So this like I don't know if it's this huge deal, but he was talking to this black dude, and the black dude was like, "Yeah, white people are stupid," and then he's like, "I have something to tell you. I'm James O'Keefe." He's like, "No, you're not." He's like, "Yes, I am." The black dude starts running out of the establishment. He ends up face planting, and then James O'Keefe is like, "Are you okay?" And then they have this awkward moment. Amy Schumer, what the failed comedian? Bro, you got to stop with this. Do I think Julian Saint's a good quarterback? I guess. I don't know. What do you want from me? Yeah, see, that's the thing is you get spam. You get people like this. It's just constant spam. Candace Owens is another bombshell. The drip continues. The drip feed continues. Candace Owens, a new storyline emerges. You don't. I mean, the fact simplified guy. I think I've seen him before. You can give him a timeout or something because I have seen him before. Yeah, the Cleveland construction should be starting. They're clearing the site right now. What's my real name? You think I'm Kevin? All right, guess my name. Go ahead and guess my name. Conan. Oh, you timed him out. Yeah, people already know my name is. David. Yeah, you put him on timeout. That's fine. James Madison. They're in the playoff. My name's David. Patrick O'Kelly. Two group of five play. Yeah, it's terrible. They're gonna have to change it. They have to change the auto bids or whatever. The playoff is a mess. The playoff is a joke. Can Tulane beat Ole Miss? No. Sharon Moore situation. Yeah, it's terrible for me. Well, Michigan's gonna come out and probably hire a better coach. How much does JMU lose by? Probably 28. Probably around 28 if I had to guess. What country you live in if it's not the United States? Ireland or something. I don't know. I don't know countries outside of the United States good enough. I know there's a lot of decent places. Well, the crime, I guess, is an issue. Depends the area, but I've heard some decent places like in Asia or even in Latin America. Well, they're just really cheap. That's the thing. You think third parties could survive and succeed on the state level? You see the two biggest parties in Vermont. Yeah, no, I think it's very interesting. I think there's it's a very clear difference. You know, third party people are looking at it. People are looking at it wrong. Third party cannot succeed at the national federal level. There's no way. Like in a general election, there's no way a third party at the state level, a third party I think could succeed. At the national level, I don't see it. Philippines full of old white men. Probably were cheaper. Retirement cheaper and for the Philippines. Penn State or Florida have a better coaching hire? Oof, that's a good question. I mean, Campbell has a lot more experience in Power 4 than Summerall. I'd say Campbell is better. Campbell is less risky, but he's just like a solid coach. I don't think he's anything amazing. Isn't it strange all white countries are importing millions of non-whites? Which group of people would this benefit? Well, no, I hear you, and it's low birth rates, but I mean it's obviously not a good situation, and it's going to lead to some serious problems, some cultural problems. Just living quality goes down. I don't think Matt Rule. Matt Rule, the Michigan fans would riot. That'd not be a good hire. How long are you streaming tonight? Well, I've streamed 107 minutes. That's how they count this. Kind of weird. 107 minutes, so 60. So I've streamed like an hour 40. Make more videos about dating. I was gonna make a video about the dating market. What happens to Pac-12 long term? Well, technically, the Pac-12 is as the Pac-12 as a brand is dead. I think it's going to be like a Group of Five league now. Do you see the demographics of Dubai? You went there 7 years ago, and now it's 90% of people there. Indian in Dubai, yeah. Indian it's all immigrants. Dubai is because it's an artificial city. But Dubai, it's very strict. People say it's extremely strict. I mean, anywhere in that area is going to be very strict. I would never live in. I know there are people a lot of young people move to Dubai, like seriously in business. It's strange. I think imagine the temperature and just it's soulless. I mean, I guess there's a lot of amenities. Do you still think support? Do you still support Trump as much as you did his first day in office? Feel like it's rare for people to still do who support Trump. Yeah, I want Trump to do well, and hopefully, I mean, I think they've done well with immigration. They've been able to stem the flow of illegals, and I mean, like the economy, that type of stuff. It's the tariffs are going to define it to a degree, and I think whether or not Trump is able to get this stimulus check out is going to be big for him. But I mean, I don't know. The Epstein stuff was horrible. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I had a yawn there. How cold is it in Ohio? You heard snow games are possible in the NFL this weekend. Well, it's going to be very cold. I don't know if there's going to be precipitation on Sunday because that would create the snow games. Well, in terms of the cold, it's going to be cold enough. I know Chicago is going to be 10 degrees for the Browns and Bears game. So it's going to be cold everywhere, I would imagine, in the Northeast next week or this week. This week. I don't know if there'll be snow anywhere. It is supposed to snow tomorrow, yes. It's supposed to snow. We're supposed to get maybe 2 to 5 inches of snow. It's like January right now. Yeah, but it's going to heat up. You want to lay $100 on Philip Rivers under 150 passing yards? Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I mean, he'll be able to complete short passes. He'll probably be around like 137 if I had to guess. Is it vodka or water, bro? Seriously. How much snow did it take for you to cancel school? Well, I mean, it's not really the snow amount; it's the timing of it. So if it comes at like 3 or 4 a.m., that's when the school gets canceled. But it's just the timing because we could have a big snow, and then if it stops by 1 or 2 a.m., I remember it used to do that. Sometimes it would stop, but it's the timing of it that matters. China is beautiful. What about the China cities that have like multiple levels? Have you been on in those? Would you visit China? I'd visit a lot of places. I'd visit China. You been in sub-zero temperatures? We get sub-zero temperatures every year in Ohio. It's not very normal. It go like -4, -5. The Midwest has felt like Leningrad the last 3 weeks. I know it has. It's been cold. I mean, it's colder than because we should still be like in the 30s this time of year, not the 20s or teens. It got to -20 in Central Ohio during Yeah, I remember that polar vortex. That was 2014. Weed Schedule 3. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like lowering the regulation. I think that's all it is. It makes it more accessible, but it doesn't legalize it, but it makes it more accessible. But I'm not a fan of it. But this is the Trump thing. He wants people to like him, and so yeah, the infrastructure they have in China is very impressive. The bullet trains. We in the United States, it's hard to do something like that. The country's very large. They try to do something like that in California. It's high speed rail. I like the idea of a high speed rail. I think we have a populace that doesn't really respect public transportation. That's a major like it's funny to hear liberals that are obsessed with public transportation. Like I'd love to tell you why public transportation is such a mess. Florida or Florida State? I don't know. Went to the Great Wall of China. Yeah, the Great Wall of China is extremely long. You see 60 degrees on Xmas where you are, and it's like 3 degrees right now. Yeah, it's gonna be really warm on Christmas, I think. 111 likes, 111 viewers. Yeah, Sharon Moore has some serious lust issues. He has some serious, serious problems. Sharon is cooked. Sharon is dunzo. He went to the woman's house and said, "You're gonna make me." He threatened her. He was gonna commit suicide, and he said, "Because of you." Do you have green eyes? It's like hazel. Whatever the difference between green and hazel, it is hazel. It's not really green. It's like a lighter whatever. Crypto bull run is dead. I think there's one more. We got one more run. We got one more run to an alt season. We got to have one more run. He contacted OF after released from jail. No, that's got to be a joke. Wait, did that just come out? Wait, so Sharon Moore got out on bail? Is that true? And then he contacted an OF model. bro. That's he needs to go to he needs some type of he needs serious help. Oh my goodness. Bengals or Browns? Browns. Announce the stream in Discord. Some of the streams get announced. I think it's a bot, but I don't even know how it works. I think somebody actually has to do it, so sometimes they don't go through on Discord. The link is in chat in your Discord if you want the link. Yeah, I mean, I think most people that are watching me this is already in the Discord or know about it. You like the Couch 12 videos? I appreciate it. You like the Lego tower? Yeah. Oh, that's make video about. Yeah, I don't know about that. That would go over really well. That's honestly something that would be very interesting, but thoughts on Asmongold switching from gaming to politics? Well, and not even just Asmongold, but in general, that shows you how politics is intertwined with our culture. So a gamer now talks about politics all the time. That just shows you, and I see it all the time in sports. They make political references, they make Charlie Kirk references. It didn't used to be like that. It's all intertwined. Politics is in everything now. What was the timeout for? Yeah, spam. Any chance Burrow goes to the Jets? I think people are trying to get Burrow somewhere else because he keeps getting injured, but he needs a new fresh start somewhere. I don't know if the Panthers are going to make the playoffs. The NFC South is a terrible division, though. So maybe they do make it. What do you think of the elections in Chile? I'm not sure about that. I'm not, I don't know what that is. Worst Heisman since I can't remember. It's really bad. The Heisman is really bad this year. They're going to give it to Mendoza, and out of all the candidates, he deserves it. But he did not have this amazing year. I mean, they went undefeated. They went 13-0, but the Big Ten was easier this year in general. Did you see Hassan? Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, dude. China is like extremely racist, and so you'd think Hassan would be against that. That's why these liberals are just retarded. I mean, they really are. Like, dude, China and their immigration policy, but you support China now. You support the immigration policy. You support their race realism. It's like, bro, you don't even know. Who do you think will be number one QB then? You feel like there isn't a stand? Yeah, Mendoza, I think, will be the number one pick. I mean, the draft project, the draft process can change quarterbacks, so they can go from. But you look at the quarterbacks. I mean, it's Mendoza or Dante Moore, isn't it? So it's one of those two. Yeah, I'm not on the floor. People said they wanted me to go back to the floor. North Carolina. North Carolina football or basketball? I mean, their football program is just kind of a mess. Yeah, there's a geographical line basically. I mean, I think Columbus. I actually don't know. I think Columbus is mainly Bengals fans, but I'm not sure. You read something about Kansas going to the Big Ten. We can't do it. There's too many teams. They can barely even call this a conference with 18 teams because I mean you can kind of do it, but if you go to 20 teams, you can't call it a conference anymore. You might as well just call it its own sub league. We can't. You can't add more teams. It's over. They've added enough. They've added like 4 teams already. It's and Kansas. I don't think. I mean, if teams got added to the Big Ten, they'd probably depends. It'd be like FSU. They'd want Florida. They'd want someone from Florida. But there are things like I don't think they have the academics to qualify FSU does for the Big Ten. I'm not sure. Benny Johnson, you guessed, sued, but his own words about free speech. Wait, Benny Johnson sued someone because of the allegations? Dude, there are so many people suing each other for speech now. Have you noticed? It's been happening everywhere. Which one of these 4 cities gets a sports team? But I don't think Boise is going to get one. Omaha, Raleigh, probably Raleigh out of that. Omaha is not. There's not enough towns. There's not enough suburbs around. I don't think. SpaceX IPO go. Yeah, that seems like a great investment opportunity. That's where I should put my money. Imagine that. Neuralink IPO. Was the Arizona governor swing red next year? As long as, well, I think Kari Lake's going to be the candidate. It's going to be hard. She's running for a 3rd time. No, I mean they get a better candidate. It's a more Republican state. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. I'm gonna end it there. No, she's not running. I was trolling because she's ran for like everything and lost. All right, guys, I'm gonna see ya. You think the Big Ten wants North Carolina? Yeah, that could be. That could be. Yeah, Columbus is a college football town, but it's weird because it's a major city still. So it's like this weird combination. I don't know. I mean, you can't really consider it like a college football town officially because it has so much build up. All right, guys, I'll see you.